My favorite story is called Miss Picky. So the story is about a king at that time, King Tape, who basically wanted to give one of his daughters through marriage. So the king arranged for an audition. Actually, it was a huge ceremony, and everyone in the part of that kingdom was so excited because, marrying the daughter of the king, I mean, you become instantly wealthy and you have access to everything. So the king arranged a huge festival, like 50 cows, music, drums. I mean, people came from everywhere dressed in the best attire, with drinking. It was festive, this young, princess, about 20 years old, would pick the man of her choice. It was not going to be arranged marriage. And all the young men in the town, all the young men from everywhere were so excited to come to like take this woman away. That means, you get 3 houses, 20 cows, you were instantly rich. And then I was like, wow, I should have been there to take this woman, the king had the best of musicians. They were playing music, beating drums. Everyone came and then the hour came and the king said, okay, toast to my daughter. Who in the crowd would want to take this woman as their wife? And all the eligible bachelor had to demonstrate why, the skill. So the first person came up, he was a drummer. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody was like, yeah. And this woman looked at him and said, nah, out. And they dragged him out. The next person came. He was another musician, and he was singing the best ballad you can ever think about. His range. He was singing like he was singing to the gods. Even the king and his queen, the people in the crowd were crying because his song was so sentimental. It was touching the soul, and this young woman was just there, staring at him, not even moved, no emotion, and basically she out. So he was out. Another one came, he was a magician, taking birds, animals out of the clothes. People were laughing, he was funny. She's like, nah, I don't need fun. He was out. Another person came, he was like a martial artist. He had all these move that he would do with his body, yoga, like a yoga artist, martial artist. He would flip in the air, somersault. People were laughing. I mean, people were drinking. It was fat. And she basically didn't move. And then someone in the mountains heard about this, all the festivity. What is going on? But it was a creature up in the mountain who decided to come down. Filthy creature that no one had seen, been in this cage for decades. First thing the creature did, went into a lake, took a shower, and started to make his way down to the festivity. He got into a house of this family, scared and all, and asked them for the clothes. So he borrowed the clothes from this family. Dressed up, he looked at their faces, looked at the young kid, imitated the face of the kid. So he became young and pretty. While he was walking down this path, he saw another gentleman wearing some nice shoes. He asked for those shoes to cover his feet. Now, he was okay. The next person he saw had a lot of beautiful rings. He took all those rings. Now the festivity continued. People were auditioning, and at least 25 people have auditioned, and no one actually moved her. So when he gradually made his way to the festivity, it was about over. And then he said, the creature made himself known. Now he took human form. He was a pretty gentleman. And he appears very confident. Mr. King, he shouted, Mr. King. tablet. I'm here for your daughter. And everybody turned, shifted their attention to the other side. And this man was there. And the king said, who are you? Make yourself known, because he was in the dark. And then he stepped forward into the light. And everybody like, wow, who is this? Who is Prince Charming? Who are you? Where do you come from? He said, no one needs to know. The only reason I'm here for is to take this daughter of yours. She's my wife. And without hesitation, the young woman stood up and said, yes, he is my husband. This is the man I want to go with. This is the man I've been looking for. He's charming. He's confident. He's beautiful. He has gold, he has diamonds, he has his own resources. And the king said, well, if that's your choice, then that is your choice. Your choice should be granted. Off you go. They gave them a white horse. He said he didn't need any money, no food. He was established. So off they went. And everyone happy. So off she went with her Prince Charming. So on the way to the mountains, the first person who saw this Prince Charming said, oh, I need my shoes back. He said, yes, here's your shoes. When he removed his shoes, his feet were exposed. He had maybe 15 toes. And she started to scream, oh my God, who are you? He's like, well, you're going to find us soon. Then he starts to go and go. They start to travel. The next thing he did, he slaughtered the horse. And she was so terrified how violent this man was. She tried to escape, but now they were in the forest. She didn't know her way around. While they continued to travel, this creature went back to the house. He went back to the house and started to give all the clothes that he borrowed from these people. And he also met the gentleman who he took all the rings from in the house, because he was at one point terrified. So he sought refuge at his house. Now, he gave all the clothes, all the jewelry. And she was even more terrified. She passed out. He took her on his shoulder and started to take her up into the mountain, into the forest. When she was walking, she was on the shoulder of a monster, a creature, a horrified creature that had no resemblance to what she had saw in the beginning. So he took her deep into the mountain, into the cage of the mountain, and said, now you are going to be my wife. You are going to have creatures, babies. She passed out again. After another hour, she awakened, and now she had found herself trapped with a creature far, far away from her father, from her family, stuck forever. And and that's the story. And I'm like, wow. But the moral of the story is that we have to be very careful what we choose, what we bring into our lives. We have to examine all those things that we bring into our life. Not everything that glitters is gold. Be careful, because there are a lot of things out here that are not real.